we are, Ghoulies, and we got a full house here on Crimson Theater tonight. We have Morella, Rebecca, and Lilith. And, Lilith and Rebecca, how was that cruise? I mean, you said it was going to be 1 week, turned into 2, and then in the end it was a whole month of absenteeism from Crimson Theaters. The letters are pouring in. They're upset.
It just turned out to be so much better than we ever would have thought.
Better than Crimson Theater?
Well, we did get held over just a little bit. The Lovecraftian clan decided to get together for, the Strawberry Moon Solstice. And, well, it's a great time of reincarnation for many of the Lovecraft clan. And Rebecca got to join us. It was a wonderful time. We should have been there, but...
Such a great experience.
Very private experience.
I don't know about wearing white, but from what I understand, the white party is a go, so I have to get something white. Uh-huh.
It's an ethereal experience.
It is. I don't know what I'm not gonna go with a toga, but have been invited to the white party July 9th. If you guys have something white and want to come along, I'm sure we'd make a splash. Oh, it's at Neil's, by the way. Or did you?
I had that feeling.
Rebecca has been to Neil's before.
I've heard of those.
But this is on the rooftop.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because you wouldn't imagine that there'd be such an old time view of Kenosha from that rooftop when you look at the buildings from up there. It really certainly adds the age to the city. So. Definitely. So, any other highlights of the cruise? Any tentacled monsters, the kraken, sharks?
Well, we ran into a few bumps.
Fish
here
people?
And there, and, yeah.
A few bumps, huh?
Yeah, some mermaids, things like that. But nothing the Necronomicon couldn't handle. So we're
Now, I heard that was a cookbook.
Well, bit
Made some
of
good
everything.
Yeah, made some good stews.
Maybe that solved all the problems.
Maybe it's that
we don't.
fancy new shrimp recipe I discovered.
Oh.
Surely the Spider Woman was fixing that. All 8 legs going at once. Anyway, Ghoulies, we got quite an interesting movie for you tonight, and it's funny enough that the heroine is wearing all white and blonde in tonight's feature, Svengali. John Barrymore, early 1930s flick. Wasn't necessarily what we expected tonight, but there were some problems in the control room, And usually when there's a problem in the control room, you can bet our own Ralph Piero is somewhere in there. And tonight was no exception, but John Barrymore in Svengali it's a great feature, and obviously was the inspiration for a certain name of Svengali. Yes, which obviously they got from Svengali. So here it is first. What's that?
A little bit of similarity.
You think?
Yeah.
Especially, there's more of a similarity to the original Svengali, Jerry G. Bishop, than there is to John Barrymore than the later Svengali. I even got accused of trying to steal someone's name, another somebody out there, and it was a little bit of
Everyone's accusing someone of
Facebook, is the CB radio of the new millennium,
Yeah.
and I certainly wouldn't want to own an inferior product, so let's just lay that one to the graves right now. Terrible conditions out there. Facebook is just going down the drain. Nothing but ugliness out there.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
I don't think it's helping out the artists too much. And the actors are creative. It's just, all of a sudden, it's turned into this, I don't know how to describe it.
So many things are stolen more often now, especially for artists.
Yeah.
Stolen?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, if you put it out there on
online.
Facebook, you're
Yeah.
done. It's over. Nobody owns anything anymore. Everything's going to be stolen and used. And
Even artists' names. We
What's
know
that?
Even artists' names, like Cheetah Chrome.
Well, he can't even use his name.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I'd be
Had
off
issues
there.
like that.
I should be off there already. We're looking
Yeah.
for. There's always what's that? LinkedIn.
Yeah, but that
seems rather boring.
That's more for work. That's more for finding a
No,
job.
my old MySpace pictures and everything are still there, but there's no MySpace anymore, or just no one goes there.
Yeah, it's just no one goes there.
Why? That was so much more fun.
I don't know. Does Facebook already exist and people are lazy?
Facebook looks like some sort of. I thought it reminded me of one of those old school tests, But now we've gotten into the, an area we have not been in before with any of this, and that is, of course, the political spectrum is full scale, and the serpent's tongue is flapping on both ends.
Absolutely.
There was just 2 speeches today by, the presumptuous nominees.
Yeah, I stay away from them. They say stuff, they just squawk back
Oh,
and forth,
it's a big bunch of squawking. And then then there's another one. Oh, Hillary Clinton, this is it. They got her. FBI, yeah, some unreliable news source. What does the vampire community think about this, Mariella? What's going on there with the bloodsuckers?
Well, we're mostly infatuated with just trying to stay out of the heat right now. Trying to stay cold and stay underground where it's dark. The sun rays are just really starting to beat in through the curtains and everything down in the dungeon, so we have to go out and replace those, but we have to go out at night in order to do so, and it makes things more difficult when places are closed, but we're getting around to it. We're fixing it up. We're trying to get a few more people out and about. We're trying to get a few more members in the clan as well, so if you guys know anyone, please let us know.
Nobody, someone desperate out there looking for a fraternity at the longest days of the summer and the shortest amount of time you guys got to run around.
It really is.
So you got to get out there and get things done. Find your victim, Yep,
and there's been a lot of victims reported in the
Kenosha
news recently.
Yes.
So
yeah, there is. Who knows? By the time of this broadcast, there might be even more. And there's never been a lot of solving going on there.
No, not at all.
Lake Michigan doesn't give up her dead too well. It's a vicious lake. And as a public service announcement, if you're not from Kenosha or you grew up with any sort of parental supervision whatsoever, the mouth of Pikes Creek, you don't want to swim there because the undertow will take you out to the middle of the lake in a couple of minutes. And as well, don't jump off the pier. The undercurrent is there. Poor Dearest got caught in it, and she almost was a goner. And she's a strong swimmer. So anyway, yes, tonight's movie, Svengali. It's a real treat. Classic. Every horror fan should have this in their collection. If you are a true horror fan. If you're not, I don't know why you're watching this show. Yeah. There might be ulterior motives.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Trying to sneak around and get ideas.
Still watching.
What's that?
They're still watching.
Oh, they're watching because you never know what stone will be unturned next. But Svengali here, he manages to, he's going after rich women. I'm surprised John Kerry didn't play this part, but he has a talent for that. They won't get him on any income tax evasion because he didn't make any money. Oh, terrible conditions in this political spectrum, swirling out of control. That's why we have Svengali. There might be some underlying politics going on here. I'll let you check that out. If you've never seen it, great feature. Here comes John Barrymore in Svengali on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. Oh, it's old and it's creepy and a good old black and white flick. I remember being on Creature Feature back in the day, but it never really got the acclaim that it deserves here. And you got this. He's basically a hypnotist, hypnotizing young girls for money, or except for that one when he found out she didn't have any cash, she was toast. Oh. How's that? Usually that's the other way, ain't it?
Well, yeah.
Vampires know many forms, don't they?
Yes, yes, they do.
What about Trump's wife? Do you think she's one of those?
Well, hope she's in it for something. Hope she's in it for something other than him.
Yeah, right.
Well, how do you know? He might be a very tender, down-to-earth kind of guy underneath it all. You never know.
I don't want to know.
Sure, maybe. In another reality.
Well, I got to say, next week is the Kenosha Parade, which I'm a veteran of, and you all are invited to participate if you wish to ride down 30th Avenue in true style in a hearse. It's more fun than you'd think. But anyway, Paul Ryan, yes, Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, who's actually our congressman from this area, is going to be in the parade. Now, I find that kind of hard to believe that the Speaker of the House will be in the Kenosha Parade. Now, I bet you a bunch of the ghoulies out there don't even know he is the Speaker of the House.
Probably not.
Yeah. Probably not. But
Recent conversation I had with a band, a local punk band, that have that image of being political and out there doing that punk thing and political. And we got on the subject of punks on the pier, which has been a salty little subject lately.
Yes.
And what was amazing is I said, well, we've got a new mayor and a new police chief. They did not know this for their political awareness. I just thought, I think maybe they'd be paying attention a little bit
Yeah.
to politics. But so the Speaker of the House is scheduled to be in the Kenosha parade with all the bozos, with us, everybody else that's going to be in the parade. But I'm going to look for him. I've met Paul Ryan several times before, in the early days, and usually at parades. So my one question, not a big one, you don't have to answer, Mr. Bryan, is when you talk one-on-one with Trump on the phone, does he talk the same way he does for the rest of America? Because I'm just kind of curious there.
Good question.
That is a really good question.
Uh-huh.
He actually has this really soft, sweet baby voice.
Right, it's
What's
all
that?
just a show.
He has a really soft, sweet baby voice that he talks
I
in.
don't know. I mean, it's just
I
a
love
legitimate.
that.
It's hard for me to imagine he'd been $1 billion businessman and talking to his clients and other people like he talks to,
Well,
Rosie
if
O'Donnell.
you're a CEO or something, let's be serious. You're not really talking to clients. You have the underlings to do that.
Yeah, that's true. And like
Well, maybe
type A
maybe he's got them all
personality.
smoothing it over, but well,
But yeah, he's in the forefront, just completely making a fool of himself.
Oh, absolutely.
Completely. I was gonna say.
but how did he
something
get this
else,
far?
but I have no idea.
It's completely because we love the extreme.
The extreme, or
We
is
always
he?
go from one extreme to the other.
Even
we can
though
never
he's the
go from
Republican,
those
he's playing to the bottom so well.
Yes, but it's just the fact that he's an extreme choice.
Yeah.
He wants
Yeah.
extreme change, and we think if we pick someone extreme, we'll get that extreme change. Whether it's good or bad isn't the question. It's just the extremity of it all.
It looks pretty bad on both sides of the coin
Oh,
right now.
definitely.
It does.
Can't we reset?
I'm hoping that we have a good independent candidate that I'll just vote for independent. this
Well, I
time.
don't know. Bernie, I don't know. I think he's bowing out now. I don't know. We'll
I'm
see.
so sad.
There's Gary
Yeah.
Johnson from Libertarians.
Yeah.
Should look into him. He's an interesting choice.
Well, on the bright side, I've seen many heated political presidential battles. And you know what? When it's all said and done, nothing changes anyway. No.
It's all
no.
talk.
How did we get on this political subject? We're not supposed
Oh.
to. We were told we weren't supposed to talk about politics on Crimson Theater.
Yeah, I thought
We're
we
supposed to
weren't
just
talking
talk
about
about
it
Godzilla. New
I'm glad
Godzilla
we're talking
movie
about
coming out the
Godzilla.
29th. Yes, the 29th. We'll have our celebration on the 28th, of course, for that. But dinner party, by the way, if you want to write the show, get in touch with us. The 28th, it's set in stone. Big dinner party here on Crimson Theater. We haven't had one of those in a long time. We're going to have to make some room.
We'll
Bring
look
out
for
the
you.
big table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Maybe,
very excited.
I can get Dan and Pete to show up for you guys.
Yeah.
You know who that is? No.
I don't know them.
Uh-huh. I don't think... Mariella, you don't know who Dan and Pete are.
I don't.
Lilith.
All the reincarnation's really confusing.
Yes, they confusing me.
It's understandable, but I'll let it pass.
I keep thinking I'm on that episode of Dark Shadows.
Yeah, I can understand that as well.
Uh-huh. Anyway, ghoulies, get right back into the confusion here because it's Svengali on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. Hi, ghoulies, here we are once again on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater in the middle of Svengali. Okay, I want to hear more about this cruise in the Bermuda Triangle because you did send me one message, by the way. That way I knew you were still in existence, but you tried a beverage called a humdinger.
I did. I tried a humdinger.
How'd that go?
Yeah, how did
It
that
was
go?
absolutely delicious. I gotta say, I loved it. Probably my favorite drink ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a high statement.
Lots of interesting ingredients.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And
Nice presentation of it as well.
You seem to enjoy it, so.
Yeah.
did you catch a buzz?
I did actually. It was extremely strong.
Oh, wow.
After one drink, I was like, ooh.
Well, I guess with a name like that,
Well, yeah.
you didn't get a humdinger of a headache or a hangover, did you?
Thankfully not.
Okay, that's
Thankfully
very.
not.
See, I found out a little bit about hangovers from our cruise. I don't drink, but I did discover a tequila sunrise, Well, I happened to be just seated next to, the original Pinhead. But, yeah, I discovered Tequila Sunrise, and apparently when I drink a lot of those, I tend to get a bit of a hangover. It's an interesting night, for sure.
Yeah, it sounds good. Now, we were talking about having a meeting of the beverages at some point.
I can bring all kinds of stuff.
You really?
I love that face.
You have a collection going on?
Perfect.
We have a little bar at my castle.
Oh, okay. Everyone should.
Got a nice little cellar.
Huh?
Cellar full of beverages.
Yeah, it's always good to have those different concoctations or combinations.
Concoctions.
Yeah.
Ariella, you've done a little bit of work in the bartending area.
We have.
For that bloodsucker of a boss, that slave driving.
I definitely have. What I'm really curious is I would love to learn how to make like the humdinger and drinks like that we could maybe have some fun with on the show. We could do like a great big
or some
different
special
type
Bloody
of drinks.
Marys, huh?
Yeah.
I'm loving this. Yeah.
I never did understand how somebody could go right into a Bloody Mary in the morning, after a
That does sound
hangover.
I honestly can't even do a Bloody Mary. Still haven't
No,
done it.
I've never been really.
I just know that celery gets near it, and nope.
What's it do?
Celery, like, when they'll put celery stalks in it? No.
My
there's
morning
celery.
drink is the mimosa.
Yes.
I found a good way to make a mimosa, though, with brandy.
Ooh.
I like
How
this.
about some
little bit of-
limoncello?
little bit of brandy in with the champagne.
I have a relative
sounds
across
nice.
the other side of the lake that comes to town in summer with limoncello that he makes.
Limoncello is really good, too.
I had tequila jello shots and strawberries the other day. It was a really good experience.
Nah.
Yeah.
How do we get on the subject of booze
Yeah.
here on Crimson Theater? There's so many wonderful subjects out there, but
we
sounds
had
like a
fun
very
with
special.
It was a
Party.
fantastic cruise.
It was.
Yes.
It was a great cruise, huh?
Yeah.
No strange sightings, UFOs, anything
Well-
Well, I mean, it is the Bermuda Triangle, so.
Yeah. But a lot of it's things that it happens in the Bermuda Triangle. Like, you can't.
What happens in the Bermuda Triangle stays
Say-
in the Bermuda Triangle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Say that
Yeah.
5 times fast, because I don't think you can.
No, I can't. I don't think I can say it once. But we can't talk about a lot of it. It's something you have to experience yourself.
It is.
Very good. I'm sure Svengali has had that experience. John Barrymore here, really, that's a very good character. Very, very spooky, like the German expressionist miniatures, and a good old 1930s black and white sort of film. So without further ado, get right back into it now. That's right, Svengali on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. Hey, yeah, ghoulies, and it was quite a day at Punks on the Pier today. Long-lasting tradition on the lakefront. I'm sure the city officials really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, they love it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that makes Kenosha unique.
Yeah.
And there's Punks on the Deck, by the way, at the Summers House on the 23rd of July. And Roosevelt Dolls will be playing that show. Looking forward to it with a host of the Kenosha Underground. It's actually a pretty well-run event because everybody's got a time slot, and even though nothing really starts on time, you got a general idea.
Yeah.
The other sign the list thing, no, I'm not too happy with that. That never worked out for us anyway.
Yeah.
Poor Svengali. Oh, was that a Freudian slip or intentional? We don't know.
Oh.
Well, most of the people that would have known who Svengali is probably watching him instead of us.
That's true.
Oh, well, what can you do there, right? I hear he's making an appearance at Antioch at JJ Blinkers. We can give him a little plug. That's in September.
Wow.
Apparently, though, there can't be any other celebrities there. We were there back in 2011, and so I don't know how that can work out. I would say you can't tell someone how to dress to walk into an establishment, but if you feel like causing some
Especially
trouble,
JJ Blinkers.
what's that? Go crash that party, huh?
Yeah, especially when it's JJ Blinkers, you can't tell people how to dress when they go there.
Right.
Well, JJ
Like,
Blinkers
come
is
on.
an amazing
I
store.
love it. I love it.
The thing about it was, though, is he just sat there and signed autographs, and there was a long line. And as soon as you got your autograph and whatever, you got the boot out the, So we ended up going across the street to the bar and consuming consumables. And That was about it. I don't think I've. Well, no, I have seen him. We saw him last year at the Brower House.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brower House, we didn't come this year.
No.
When I saw that weather report of 90 and humid, now Lilith remembers that. I'd like to hear it from someone else's perspective. A little recap of that evening.
It rained the entire time down there, which was fine, I suppose, until you find out that you have to walk down this tunnel of doom. Instead of going through the front door that is literally 3 feet from the stage, you have to walk down this long hallway forever through all these twists and turns and back doors. It was horrible. And then, topping on the cake, I had to dance on stage. That just made my night. Like, hey, Lilith, just so you know, you're going to be dancing on stage while we play. Sounds fantastic to me. Totally down for that. Never happening again.
Are you sure?
Very, very sure. My dancing days are over.
You see, I tagged you in the Muscle Beach video. I don't know if you caught that. That was
no, I haven't seen that. But no more dancing in my future, thank you. But no, and then I think the worst part was carrying everything out in the humid, in the heat, and then driving back in the storm.
That's why this past weekend, no.
Yeah, no thank you.
No, that was a couple weekends ago. I'm already losing track because we did Bloomin' Bands, which is interesting. It was a lot. Actually, that was pretty much fun for a sort of, I don't know how to put it into words. A lot of Kenosha bands that do other people's music.
Cover bands.
Yeah, it was all right. I don't know. I tried to put the call out there, but didn't work. There's still a bunch of people there. And it was fairly fun. It was cool because it was a full moon. You could see Mars over the weekend. It was a very clear sky. It was very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Ambiance?
Universal? Stellar? I just, you had to be there. Yeah.
Okay.
I know I was in a lawn chair behind the castle the past few nights watching the moon.
Yes, it's been beautiful. It's been absolutely beautiful.
And also a visit to our good friend Mark Gumbinger. He's making a zombie movie called Crimson Peak. No, Crimson Creek. There already is I think there's already both. But so we're looking for zombies. We want to get we need about 100 zombies to do the zombie routine.
Zombie would be fun.
That would be.
Yeah.
I could even do my own zombie makeup. Like, I'll just come and show up and be like, here I am.
Well, I told them, I go, the zombie crawls are pretty funny when it's finally like midnight. They've all been drinking and they start really sliming up the place,
There you go.
I don't know. We'll see where that goes. Good old Gumby with something there. We got to get him back on the show.
Yeah.
Always interesting in Gumby manner. He's done 23 documentaries on shipwrecks and haunted lighthouses.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's a ton. It's a ton. He's done
amazing.
a lot of them. Edmund Fitzgerald, of course. So on November 10th, he's always got a gig.
Wow.
Once you get into the Edmund Fitzgerald realm. Very interesting. Not like we know anything about shipwrecks here on Crimson Theater. It's always smooth sailing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I know. You guys we're prepping up, though. If you want to be part of the big dinner party, there's still time. Contact us. Of course, the 4th of July parade, which is on the 3rd of July. I'm doing the Summers Parade, too, on the 4th, too. That's really a great parade, actually. So if you want to be part of that, we're looking for zombies to do the parade walk alongside the hearse, or perhaps we'll have a float. Somebody out there got a trailer, wants to be in the parade? Hey, we can whip up a float real fast. And, of course, Punk's on the deck July 23rd at Summers House. I shouldn't be doing all this advertising, but really, some of you guys should just, come on out. I think on the 23rd of July, we will just run something really crappy in my time slot. What could we do? Deadbeat? I mean, what we could throw in there? Something nobody wants to watch, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll have to think of something. We'll have to think of a really terrible, awful thing to show.
Yes. Something embarrassing.
How about a new version of the two-headed transplant? It's Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump's head on one body. Oh my God, that would gag anybody. Anyway, you have a horrifying week, Gooeyes. We'll see you next time on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater.